horrible and heart-wrenching. But when those bad things happen to people around you, what are you going to do? How are you going to lead? Are you going to get angry? Are you going to get frustrated? Are you going to lash out at people? Are you going to start going down the spiral of negativity? Are you going to let this horrible situation dictate the way you feel and the way you handle it? Are you going to fall over and fall down and fall apart? Or are you going to lead? Are you going to face this issue with courage, with resolution? I say lead. Lead. Step up to the challenge. Be the one that other people look to. Absorb that impact. Absorb that negativity. Draw fire. Draw fire. That's when a member of a platoon, for tactical reasons, steps into the open to draw enemy fire. Maybe to give another part of his team the chance to move or distract the enemy. But that's what I say. Draw fire. Bring that pain to me. I can handle it when maybe others cannot. When bad things are happening, I am going to try and be the one good thing. The thing standing tall that can be relied upon. Because I know that attitude will spread. It will bolster those around me. And we will fight. And in fighting, we will win. And if not the battle, and if not the war, we will win because our spirit, it will never surrender. And that is the ultimate victory. To hold your head high, and even in the face of inescapable defeat, to stand and to fight. That is to win.
Welcome back to another Winning Wednesday. I'm your host, as always, James, and joining me is my short and fat-fellowed friend, Mr. Garrett Goldsberry. What's going on, dude?
I prefer my pronoun to be sturdy.
Sturdy.
What's going on, Bubba? Long time no see. It's been like, what, 6 hours, 8 hours?
Less. I've gotten less sleep than I have in hours of the time frame I've seen you.
Yes.
If you don't know what we're talking about, Garrett filled in last night on our regular scheduled program, We the People Radio, on Tuesday nights. And Garrett was the co-host, and we got to gangbang in the government for a little while, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we got it out of our system a little bit, but I'm sure it will roll over to today.
Unlike on this show, where we have to literally fight tooth and nail not to gangbang on the government and keep it PG for the YouTubes.
For the YouTubes.
But I digress, because we're probably going to be gangbanging in the government at some point.
Yes, we will. We will. But real quick, give us a follow over at YouTube's.
Yeah, give our YouTubes a subscribe. Winning Wednesdays, you'll find me and Garrett. You'll see me and Garrett's face, Garrett's ugly face, my beautiful face.
Why are you hating on me, bro, T Swiffy? Haters gonna hate.
What are you calling? Are you a Swiftie?
First of all, I'm shaking it off right now, okay?
Are you a Swiftie?
Let's get swifter.
I don't even know what that song is, but
yeah, right.
I really don't.
Shut up! That you singing in the shower and you get on and you're doing this with your little shampoo bottle.
I really dead ass. I don't know that song at all.
I definitely know it.
Yeah, because you're
Come on. Thank you. There you go.
Man, problem solved.
Whatever.
So, Garrett, the boys are in wrestling, and the season's coming to an end.
Yes, they are. States are this weekend for the high school, and next weekend for the Utes.
The Utes.
So I'll be traveling down there for the Utes tournament. So hopefully my oldest son, he does well. But you know what, man? His goal this season was just to make it there. And because last year he didn't even win in his KA tournament, get out of that. And he didn't even win a match in his K6 tournament. And then this year he took 6th in his K8 and he took 5th in his K6. And both tournaments, he had to fight the number 1 seed. That ended up winning the thing. So, I mean, he's doing better. And he qualified first time. He didn't have to go to multiple qualifiers. Qualified first time this year. So, he's been hitting his little goals, man. Look at that. 8-year-olds can hit goals, guys.
8-year-olds.
Ladies.
No, that's why I bring them up, man, because your sons are shining examples of, how to raise young boys, setting goals and attacking them, getting after them. And you every single week. It's not something that you have to hammer home like, hey, Gabe, get this done. You got to fucking do your push-ups. You got to do this, that, and the other. This fucker gets up in the morning on his own and does it because he truly wants it. And
the nice thing is he's seeing results. So when you see the results too, it's another motivator, right? And I think a lot of people, like, me and you, right? We've been working out, going to the gym forever. And people hit like that 2-3 month plateau where they like start seeing some results, but then it doesn't happen for a little bit. And that's kind of usually where you see the downfall. But like, man, it's so important. Just 1 foot in front of the other, man. 1 foot in front of the other.
Cameron's having an epileptic seizure again.
Yeah, you're giving me one. I'm like, I'm twitching like I took the jab or something.
Dude, we've tried so many solutions to try to fix this problem. Can't figure it out. Cannot, for the life of me, figure out what the hell is going on.
I can figure it out, CIA.
It's the government.
It's the government.
Hi, FBI. Yeah, it's probably the lady who tried to run me over with her car.
Yeah, that's MK Ultra, yeah.
No, you're the second person that said that, dude. Somebody else said that exact same thing. They're sending MK Ultra operatives after you.
It's funny. When you sent me that video, if you don't know what happened, James, some random walked into James's house over the weekend, showed up in his foyer, surprised him and his girlfriend. Literally, like, he was like, "What the fuck is going on?" She started yelling about smelly white people in her house. Meanwhile, she's in James's house. She goes outside, pulls in his driveway, pulls out. James goes to get the details of the plates and everything, and this woman tries to run him over, like hops the curb and everything.
Trying to hit me. Yeah, she was cooking. She wasn't
dude. And well, that's why, like, when we were talking, we'll go into this for like a minute, but when we were talking about it, like, do you think you know where she was? Do you not? Because she came out of your driveway and then she pulled into the dead end, right? And then did the cul-de-sac. So, like, did she constantly know where she was? Was she fucked up? Because then, I mean, live update on the show, she came back the next day and tried to do it in somebody else's house, correct?
The same neighborhood. She tried to hit our neighborhood and go to someone's house up the street. I was like, are you fucking crazy, lady? Like,
obviously, yes.
What?
I think it's crazy that the cops are like, fuck it.
Well, that's the thing, dude.
like what else you got going on besides hiding that government money in Vegas for the shootings and everything else, right? Like, what else you got going on? Like, you can't chase a B&E and an attempted fucking manslaughter with a vehicular manslaughter or vehicular murder. Like, you don't have that. That's not on your time schedule for the day.
Garrett, the wildest fucking thing this police officer said to me. So after he gets all the information, we go over to my neighbor's house so we could see because the video that I showed yesterday was a video that I was recorded off a phone and then sent to me. Mm-hmm. We went actually to his house to see the actual security footage with the police officer. And so the police officer saw it all. And after everything was all done, he's like, listen, he goes, do you want to press charges? He goes, I just want to let you know, most likely we're not going to find her.
You're
And
like, I gave you the fucking license plate description and a video real time.
You have her photo, you have her identification, you have her make and model, and you have her license plate. I read you her fucking license plate.
And she came back the next day.
And you say you're probably not going to find out. Granted, she's got Ohio plates, and she probably could skate out of here pretty quickly.
But she came back the next day, dude.
She came back the next day. So
Next day. Not even 24 hours.
Still in the city, I'm guessing. And shook
Keep
my mic.
rolling.
But
it's not funny, but you gotta find the humor. I don't know. We're dark humor people, so it is what it is. You know.
I was honestly just confused at first, and I was like, "What the? What?
Why is this lady in my house?"
You could literally hear me in the one video. I'm like, what are you doing here, dude? Like, why are you in my house? I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here?
It is very, very random, and it's very, I don't know. Weird shit happens to people all the time, but doing what we do and talking about what we do, there could be a coincidence.
The FBI is watching me. Knowing that the FBI is watching me, that's
what I'm saying. Like, they didn't jump into pursuit and at least protect a United States citizen.
No, they don't do
fuck him. He runs his mouth and shit.
I think it could have been the setup, trying to get me pinched and jammed up in some fucking nonsense. It's very
weird nonsense. Yeah, it is a possibility, but hey, God bless. Nothing happened to you or your girl, and everybody's safe, healthy, and happy. So
this crazy fucking bitch tried to kill me.
Yeah,
I'm an attempted murder on my life, and I survived. I'm a Jew.
Yeah, well, you're a fucking pain in the ass, is what you are.
Son of a fucking bitch. Wish she hit you. Yeah. Shut your ass up for once.
Yeah, maybe. No, you'd still be running your mouth.
Yeah, I'd be in the hospital.
Get off my leg, lady! Come on! There's no silencing James. There's no silencing James.
I'll be real with you, dude. Though, like, I haven't been able to sleep at all.
It's fucking weird, man.
I haven't been able to sleep. I was up till 4 a.m. last night. I was up till 5 the night before.
Pondering.
Yeah, dude. I just in my thoughts, just thinking about the situation, replaying
how it could have went wrong, all the different scenarios in your head, what you should have done different, how you could be more prepared, how you can do this, because it came so out of left field.
Absolutely, and I was not prepared, and even if the firearm was upstairs,
no matter, you ain't run that fast no more, Tum.
But I still could have reacted differently, and I wish I did. Because
this is why I am a big proponent, and I know, obviously you had injury and stuff, but I'm a big proponent, and I tell everybody all the time, stay ready, train all the time, work out, train combat. No, I'm just saying, it doesn't matter. You never know when it's going to pop off. You never know.
100%. And it's not that I wasn't physically ready. But
what I'm saying is, just for our listeners, is this is why we say shit like this, because even though James, has a past in combat sports and readiness and physical fitness and everything else, he's still taken by surprise when some random act comes at you. So that's why I'm a big proponent of training all the time, and I'd rather never use it. And have it and not use it, or need it and not have it. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't even that I was surprised. Don't get me wrong, but I was just I didn't feel threatened. One, which I should have.
Yeah.
And part of that not feeling threatened was probably because I was, physically over prepared. I knew if she wanted to start some shit without,
so you're gonna beat up a Beetlejuice.
I would have beat the fuck out of her, and I should have. I should have laid her out. I should have laid her the fuck out.
Oh, she broke an enter, man.
I should have beat the fuck out of her.
So, I know, New Jersey, I probably would have went to jail for kicking somebody out of my own house and private property. Nevada's a little bit different. You could have been able to be like,
I had talking to a police friend of mine, who's a family friend of ours out here.
Oh, so you're a shill. Got it.
And makes me a shill.
Love it.
He's a fairly,
Dude, I'm gonna hit you with that every time.
what are you gonna do? I'm a fucking shill. Got me, dude. Fuck.
I did. Show your co-host in CIA. Leave him alone.
Yeah, CIA operative handler.
Yeah.
No, I would have been in the right. I would have been totally in the
1,000%.
and I would have been able to do what I had to do, but I could already see the media shitstorm. I would already see how the media would have handled it. And again,
we talked about that on We the People if you want to go see that.
I never felt like I was in danger and I should have, and that's the problem. That's where I had I have the issue with myself is that like I didn't assess it as a threat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that kind of goes back to my point of training constantly, because then you're in that state of mind where you can threat assess a lot quicker.
It wasn't even this like I looked at the threat and I was like, oh, I'll beat the fuck out of her. Like that was like the thought process. Like, all right, lady.
I get it, but that's a false sense of security because she could have been like, bang, shut your mouth, bearded bitch.
100%. And this is what I had an issue with. Like, this is why like it wasn't that my threat assessment wasn't there. It was like I assessed the threat and I was like, oh, some short little black lady. I'll beat the fuck. Like, get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah, like overconfident.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, what are you doing here? Like, the fuck are you doing here? And the more I think about it, like I was in my office. There was no way out of my office except for through her. Cornered. And if she had a gun, I'd be dead.
Yeah, even a knife. You don't know. Somebody could poke you just as quick, man.
I can't say I'd definitely be dead because I'll tell you right now, I'd be going out swinging.
Yeah.
I might have been able to overpower this short little black bitch. But at the same time, that's not a chance that I'm really willing to take. I'd rather not be in that situation. I'd rather come out ready, guns a-blazing. And trust me, that'll never happen again. I'm going out to Lake Mead to dig up my firearms. Detector, we're going to find those bad boys.
Well, you've had a drought over there, so it's easier to find all the stuff, right?
I'm hella high water. I'm finding them bad boys.
And then finding all the cars with all the gangsters in it right now.
All the barrels of the dead people. Yeah. But it's something that has been definitely weighing on me heavy mentally. And since today's Winning Wednesday, I wanted to discuss that a little bit because
how you gonna change your mindset?
Huh?
How you gonna change your mindset? Let's talk about that a little bit.
Well, I'm gonna change my mindset by being better prepared. I realize that I'm never gonna allow that ever again, like a situation like that, scenario like that to ever happen again. And it's funny because I was talking to my girl. She's like, I can't believe that happened. Like, it probably happens more often than you think. I'm like, babe, I've been alive for almost 35 fucking years.
It never happened to me
in my life. And this lady just walked in her fucking front door.
Yeah.
And for me, it's just, I'm never going to be that unprepared. And that handling that situation, like I have a felony for weed. So like, I can't go out and buy firearms. There's certain things that I can't do. And I'm working on getting it expunged, hopefully. But
it's what you got in trouble for is now legal.
Yeah, I got in trouble for
I know. So I mean, that's always been a tough one because they put it at the schedule with the other stuff, man.
Here's James's life, and this is the life kicking me in the nuts. Repeatedly, just
repeatedly.
Here's a felony. Oh, what we gave you a felony for? Now legal. You're an idiot.
Yep.
You should just quit and fuck you. No, it's been something that I've been really, really thinking about, and I hope our audience and our listeners can take something from it, even like a shred of information that will have you better prepared for something like that. Because again, even if you do have the firearms, even if you do have all the things that you need to do to be prepared, the one thing that you're not going to be prepared for is the mental game that comes along with it. Like most people don't even think clearly when something like that is happening. Like
you gotta be able to keep your cool.
most people can't even like react. They just freeze up. Their adrenaline is going so hard. So not only
Also known as fight or flight.
not only am I going to be more prepared with equipment and things like that, but mentally more prepared. I'm going to be taking classes with my girl to better assess threats in the home.
So that's what I was talking about, because you're making the mental switch, but I want, you're taking, and that's the thing, you can make the mental switch, but you got to put, thoughts into action. We talk about that a lot of time. It's okay to think about things, but like simple tasks of like putting it down on paper or start making it like a real thing. Like, I'm going to do this. And then you go and do those classes. You go continue your training. You go and elevate your mindset. Those are the big things. Like, the mind game is huge, but you have to put, rubber to the pavement and actually do the biggest part.
Mind is the biggest part, 100%. But if you don't train and practice, like, it's going to be a lot harder. But again, if you're not mentally prepared, you're going to freeze. You're going to freeze every time. You're not going to know how to handle it. You're going to shut down. Like the fact that, like, I was totally there. Like I knew to grab my phone, to go get her plate, like to go and like I was totally there. Like I just never felt like I was. The only thing that I didn't assess was being in actual danger. Like I didn't feel like it was an actual danger, which I should have. But like mentally, I was totally understanding of the situation. Like I was all there.
Yeah.
My adrenaline wasn't dumping. Like I was able to think clearly, but I've never been in that situation before. So I didn't react the right way. I never trained that before. So mentally I was okay. But because I've never trained a scenario like that or been in a scenario like that, I didn't handle it properly. Whereas if I had trained a scenario where someone's breaking into my house, I would have handled it differently. I was so shocked and confused that I was like, what the fuck? Why are you know what I'm saying? So you have to combine the both of them. And that's why I love combat sports, because it really sharpens those tools. It does it better than any other sport. It sharpens those tools, those real life skills. Because I've seen so many people get into fights, like go into fights, like they think they're tough. They're great in the room. Like they're awesome in the practice room. Like they're killers in the practice room. And then they go out in front of thousands of people and they can't do what they do in the practice room. They freeze up. They can't handle it. And then they bow out. They stop the sport because they mentally can't handle it. And I see people that are all mentally there, but they can't put the pieces together physically and make things happen. But both of those things are things that you can train, and those are things that you can work on. And those combat sports really help you. And this is why especially today, man, especially in 2023, like we talked about the video of St. Louis, we see all this violence happening all over the fucking world. You should be training some form of martial art. I highly recommend a striking and a grappling martial art. Like it's not like jiu-jitsu is great, don't get me wrong, but in a street fight, someone has a knife. Jiu-jitsu might not be the best situation for you because you're going to get stabbed. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not always the best route to get into to stop a situation. A lot of martial arts, like as much as I love jiu-jitsu and as great of a martial art as it is, and it will stop basically anything except for somebody with a weapon. It makes things a little difficult. So you want to keep your distance. So that's why you want to learn striking, so you can keep your distance. And these are things that men and women should be prepared to handle. God forbid we do go into a war. God forbid. And it does hit our shores. God forbid. And you're not physically or mentally prepared. You're out of shape. Like, that's something that I think about. I'm like, fuck. Like, I sent a video to my buddy. It's like the 1,000 rep challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And it's these guys holding 45-pound plates, and they're doing 100 jumping jacks, 100 press ups, like 100 leg lifts, 100 butterflies, 100 fucking, like they're doing all these fucking things, all weighted, like heavy fucking. It turns out to be 1,000 reps. Yep. 10 different exercises that turned out to be 1,000 reps. And I sent it to my boy. I'm like, yo, we got to get here. Like, we got to get here. Mm-hmm. We need to be able to do this. Like, this should be like a daily workout. This should be something that like is a walk in the fucking park. Like we should be able to wake up and eat that workout for breakfast. And even he was like, yo, that's a little intense. And I'm like, nah, dude. I'm like, if we could do that, we're ready for fucking battle. We're ready.
So I say it all the time on my end. You know, I'm 40 years old now, so it's harder to like go as hard as I used to do with certain things. So like my point in my life right now, like I train just to be hard to kill. That's it. I'm not trying to be a world champion. I'm not trying to beat up all the 20-year-olds in the gym. I'm not trying to do any of that anymore. I'm just making sure that I am extremely hard to kill. I am extremely hard to put away. And that's why I work out like I do. That's why I still train like I do. That's why and you said too, like, okay, jiu-jitsu is a great martial art, but you might get stabbed, so on and so forth. I'm a jiu-jitsu black belt. I agree with you 1,000%. That's why I train firearms. That's why I have a black belt in striking. That's why I have a black belt in jiu-jitsu. That's why I train with knives. Like I say it all the time. I'd rather be over-prepared than under-prepared. And I hope I never have to use any of it ever again. But when push comes to shove, I'm way more ready than your average Joe Schmo.
Absolutely. And it's not just the martial arts either. Like the thing that I think about all the time, because physically I'd be able to handle most threats physically, like without weapons.
Oh, shut up. You sound like the guy that's like, yo, bro, when I see red, it doesn't matter what you know.
These are the people that I'm talking to, because most people are that way. 99.
Dude, how many times you heard a guy like, you don't understand, I black out.
I black out.
I black out. Like, it doesn't matter what you know. I see red. I black out. That means you don't know what the fuck you're doing, and I'm going to knock you out quicker.
Yep. I'm going to put you to sleep. You're an idiot.
You're dead.
You're dead. So
you're dead.
You're not thinking. You're just reacting. And that's how you get killed. So, but the biggest thing that I need to work on is not just because like physically, it came to fisticuffs or it got violent that way. 99% of the people in this world I'd be able to handle. In 2023, it's a little different. More people are training than ever before, but at the same time, most people still don't train, and I'd be able to handle 99% of the people that physically. I'm not worried about that. Like I've gotten to scraps of guys that are way bigger than me that have no clue how to fight. They're big and strong, and they're fucked. You
always have your anomaly here and there, because there is always that dude that's just tough as shit, don't go down, strong as hell, wiry. Like there's always going to be that anomaly, but you're physically prepared for most of the human population.
But the one thing I'm not prepared for that I used to be very prepared for, used to be my strength in my fight game, was cardio. And people don't realize
fatigue makes cowards out of all of us.
No kidding.
I say that to my guys all the time. It doesn't matter if you're the baddest dude. You get tired. You're like, whoa, hold on. Give me a second. Wait, hold on. I'm good. Wait, hold on. And you can be the toughest dude. Fatigue makes cowards out of all of us. And that's why, like, even in my weightlifting regimen, I have so much cardio. Even though I'm lifting heavy and stuff, I never stop moving. When I train, like, if you've ever been in any of my classes, like, my pace is like this.
So they used to literally call me little bastard because I just didn't stop. Like my cardio is through the roof. Like everybody.
Now
was
you're
like,
the bearded bastard.
How the fuck are you still going? Because I just prided myself in my cardio, and
can't do that now. You gotta get that up, Bubba.
No, dude. If I ran fucking
your face, no, dude. I would die.
I'm like, holy shit! I'm like,
James chased that lady outside. She's like, good thing your car wasn't driving any faster.
It's a real
100%. But that's being self-aware too, and that's also being able to make that assessment of yourself. And you're like, bro, that's a weak spot in me, and I got to work on it.
100%. And I see things in myself, and most people don't. Most people are like, oh, I'm good. I'm in good shape. I work out every day. I'm fine. I don't need to do cardio. Like cardio is not like.
So this is the thing. Like you go to the gym pretty consistently now, right? And I go to the gym. I own an MMA school, but I also go to like a regular fitness gym. And the more and more that I've been inside gyms now, because like I was never in like just a traditional like lifting gym. I hated lifting, but I enjoy lifting now. I go 3-4 days a week because that's all I could do after my knee surgery. I couldn't like train. So I was like, all right, let me just get strong, right? It was like when Rocky's real old and he's too old to spar or anything, he's just like throwing kegs and shit. That's what I was doing, right? But it's like you people go, yeah, I work out every day. Like I watch how other people fucking work out every day, and if you call that working out, I'm like, then we're not the same type of person, man. Like people look at me like I'm a psychopath in that gym.
Garrett, 99% of people don't work out for strength. They don't work out for
Performance.
or performance. They work out strictly for aesthetics.
Aesthetics, yep.
Strictly to bang the opposite gender. That is literally why 99.99% of people work out. They don't work out to actually perform or test their might like Mortal Kombat. Like
Konnichiwa, bitches.
they don't. They train to look good. And
that's what I always say. Like I trained it for like maybe I don't lift like the proper lift for certain things to get like aesthetically bigger, but like I do like pull downs like I'm ripping a gi. I'm like rah, rah. Like I lift different because I'm lifting for performance. So like I want to be able to rip the gi. I want to be able to punch faster. Like so I do a lot of like weird movements that are just really geared towards like combat.
But that's the thing, Garrett. There's a much difference between strength training and functional strength training. There's a huge difference. Like just picking things up or like using the machines, your body does not operate that way. Like when you're using the machines, like your body is not meant to be in those positions in many cases. It's literally just for aesthetics to make your muscles pop more. Where when you're doing functional training and actual functional exercises that you're actually going to have to use, like push-pull exercise, like sled work, like people don't do that because they're like, oh, that's stupid. But like that's functional training. Box jumps, like that's functional training. These are things that are going to help you in the real world, and that people don't realize. Like one of my favorites was sledgehammers on the tire, like. Functional training. Our bodies have been doing that motion forever, and it's picking a heavy thing up and slamming it down on the fucking ground. Like these are things. Tire flips, another functional exercise.
Like full body.
Yeah, and full body. It's
making your full body stronger, not just like working my quads today, not just working my calves today. You know, like
it's so important, and people don't realize that the threat that our country is in right now, our world is in right now, and the chaos that is ensuing. Like people are criminals, I should say, are bold. They see that there's no laws. George
no
Soros,
laws when you claw, bro.
iFlaps is paying for all the prosecutors that are getting out of jail. And
dude, what was that number? Like something ridiculous, like 20%. What was it? We went over it last night. Was it like 20 or 22?
72 million Americans are represented by a George Soros-backed prosecutor.
It's insane.
72 million.
Yeah. So, and isn't it something like it's where 40% of like the violent murders take place too?
Yeah, 40% of the violent murders in the country, the murderers are represented by a Soros-backed prosecutor.
Almost half of them. Almost half.
Just
throwing it out there.
You wonder why these people get off. You wonder why these people
recommit crimes.
And I don't mean to tell you guys this to scare you. I tell you guys this because I want you prepared. I want you thinking the way I'm thinking right now, like the way my gears are turning. Like I thought I was prepared. I did. I thought I was prepared, but I wasn't.
And then laugh through one of them monkey wrenches at you.
And I realized how little I am prepared and how much work I have to do. And it's something that every single person should assess and be honest with themselves. Like that's the hard thing. Like it's very difficult to be honest with yourself in those situations because most people have this deranged thought process about themselves. They think that they're much better than they actually are. They deserve more than they actually do, and they don't assess themselves in a true fashion. They give it like I love guys like Kevin Samuel. Fucking
I don't know who that is.
Oh, I'm gonna send you some Kevin Samuel. He's
okay.
like he's this he's the life coach for men. Now, unfortunately, but he calls out women better than anybody I've ever seen. It's hysterical. He has these women on his show, and they call in. He doesn't like invite them. They call in, and he
White
talks.
dude or black dude?
Black dude.
Yeah, I've seen him. He got glasses.
Yeah. And
I didn't know his name. Yep. He's good.
And he'll be like, all right, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you rate yourself? Every bitch is like, I'm a 10. I'm a 10.
Mm-hmm.
And he just destroys them. He's like, oh, so you're a 10. You got 2 kids. You're 37. You're 5'2" and you weigh 180 pounds, and you think you're a 10. Get the fuck out of my hair. Like, get out of here. And but this is the delusion that not just women have, men have it as well.
A lot. Yep.
Like you said, oh, I see red. Like if someone comes to my house, I see red. I don't have to train. I don't have to be prepared because I see red. I know I'm good. You're an idiot.
Wow, dude, I see it all the time, especially when we do like I do like self-defense courses, right? People are like, oh yeah, I just why don't you do a self-defense class? Yeah, cool. I can do a self-defense class, but that's 1 hour. 1 hour. So analogy I use all the time when I start my self-defense classes, I'm like, I did a class on 1 hour on how to fly a plane. You want to go for a ride? And everybody's like, I'm like, exactly, 1 hour. I'm just going to open your eyes to how unprepared you are. And it's up to you to continue training. And if you don't, then you're lying to yourself, because everybody comes in and they really understand how incapable they are of defending themselves. And then you have some people that are like, yeah, I need to do this all the time, and they go forward. But 99% of the people are like, this is great, this is awesome, I didn't realize, I learned so much. And then you never see them again because they live in this safe ass world.
Yep. And I love the girls. They're like, oh, I want to do a self-defense class, and they come back and like, babe, look what I learned in the self. Then they get just fucking tossed on their head.
It's not going to be effective unless you're training it all the time. And then I have women that train all the time that will toss you on your head.
Absolutely. But even still, in that situation, like, you have to prepare for the mental game as well, because that's a major factor that people do not think about. Like
most people want to avoid conflict at all cost.
Yes, but in a gym, in a class, it's a very controlled setting. You already know what to expect. You already know what's coming at you. Like, you're like, every drill that you do, like, you're like, all right, here we go. All right, we're going live. All right, so it's live.
Yeah, you get more comfortable with it.
I already know. Of course, you get more comfortable with it, 1,000%. But your adrenaline isn't going. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Your adrenaline is not, especially when you've taken many classes. Like, this is like a regular Tuesday afternoon, and you're a regular, like, for those people who think that they are prepared, this is for them, not for the people that are delusional and don't assess themselves, but the people that think that they are prepared. They go to class every single day, and they're working out, they're training like, oh, I could take anybody, this, that, and the other. All of a sudden, your adrenaline dumps. You can't think. All of a sudden, you're like, oh shit, like, I'm just reacting. Like, this is no longer like I'm not operating my body anymore. It's just like I can't think, because that's what happens when your adrenaline is at high levels. Because that
fucking seize, man. You're like,
you feel like it's just coursing through your veins, and
you're so amped and you can't pick up your arms. You're like,
you've never been in that situation, or been in a situation where your adrenaline is that high.
You want to throw up, puke, pass out all at the same time.
Fucked. You are fucked. You
shit your pants, everything.
I don't care how trained you are. I don't care if you're trained with a firearm. I don't care if you're trained with fighting.
Shaking like this.
I don't care what your training is. If you are not mentally prepared and cannot handle that adrenaline dump, you're dead. You're dead every single time. So, as I don't care how trained you are, you have to prepare every aspect of what is going on, and this is the mental game as well, physical and mental. It is full, all encompassing, and it is something that you need to prepare yourself for. And I don't necessarily know how. Like, I people are probably like, all right, well, how do I, get my adrenaline dumping?
Okay, so this is where, like, as you were saying this, I was thinking the same thing. So, like, I do certain things at my academy to simulate those type of situations. Okay, and it's not every day, but I do no. But the best you could do is simulate certain things. So like even shooting, right? You'll see, guys that are doing, okay, go run a half a mile, come back, do 20 push-ups, get on target, because that's a simulation of combat. You got to run, your heart rate's up, you got to slow yourself down, you got your arm pump going and all that stuff. Those are the only thing. Those are types of ways that you can simulate it. You can never prepare for the full oh fuck moment, but there are ways to prepare for those type of things. So you can control your breathing, you can get your shakes down, you can start getting your other thing. Now, is it the exact same thing as somebody like doing adrenaline straight into your heart, Pulp Fiction style? No, it's not.
Not even close.
But you can't train. This is the other thing too. It's like you can't go full sparring every day. You wouldn't walk every week. You wouldn't walk. So you have to go through the motions. You have to go through the drills. You have to go through the live training. Then you have to go through, situational preparedness. And then you have to do certain things like the shark tanks and the things to get yourself amped up to those positions. And change your training all the time.
You'll never really be able to duplicate that adrenaline.
No, but you do as best as you can.
Now, what you need to do is train yourself so much to the point where everything becomes second nature. Like you don't even have to think, do certain things. Like you just do it. It's second nature. Like,
but you have to go through those processes to get to that situation.
Yes, but I'm no one's gonna be able to duplicate that, and it's very difficult. And I recommend doing things that make you a little uncomfortable, that you're a little scared of, whether it's like skydiving.
Fuck that! I ain't jumping on no plane. Bullshit.
No, I'm dead ass serious though. I'm dead ass serious.
Not doing it. I don't care how much you want me to step out of my comfort zone. I am not jumping out of a perfectly good airplane. I like jiu-jitsu. I'm on the ground. I'm close. I'm low. I'm short. It works to where I like to be.
Your adrenaline, you'll get that adrenaline dump. You'll feel
fucking die in the air, James.
You will feel what it's like to have that super high peaked adrenaline. Like, I would love everybody to be able to go and step in a cage and fight. Like that is a super high adrenaline situation. It's very there's very few things that you can do to get that adrenaline dump. And I'll tell you right now, I search for those things, dude. I fucking love it. It's like
some people do it. I have friends that are adrenaline junkies, and they're like doing fucking 130, standing up on wheelies on the bike, swerving in and out of things. Like they like anything that goes fast, they can't like get enough of. Man,
that's me, dude. I want adrenaline. Like if I had money, I'd become a rally racer. Like I want adrenaline. Like there's no better feeling in the world. No drug. There is nothing in the world that compares to peak adrenaline rushes. Like there's nothing. It doesn't compare. It's my favorite feeling in the fucking world. Like I said, it's like coursing through your veins, and I feel like I'm ready to just fucking kill somebody. I just feel like a maniac.
But that's why that thing that the elites take is so addicting and so powerful.
Oh, the adrenochrome. Yeah, no kidding. Because it's adrenaline.
I'm trying not to say it.
Adrenalized blood. No kidding, no.
It is though. There's something to it, right?
There really is, and there really is no feeling in the world that I could ever think of. And I've dabbled in my fair share of psychedelics, and there's nothing that I've found that. And I literally search for that every single day. My dream is to fly those wingsuits. Like if I die and don't get in a squirrel suit and fly that thing, I didn't live.
Yeah, that's not on my bucket list, man. Wingsuits, not on my bucket list.
I want to fly 130 miles an hour in the air. Like
that's awesome. I am so happy for you that you want to do those things. I have zero fucking interest in those. I don't care about your adrenaline. I don't care about any. There's way other cool shit that I'll do for myself that will get me there.
I am not talking like those flying like
I like heights
from the mountains, like those guys.
It's cool. It's fucking dope as shit. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I'm good on close to the mountains. I'm really good on that. I don't need to do
Oh, dude, you ever see like those base jumpers? They're like, yeah, we're good. Throw the parachute, just slam it to the side of the face of like the mountain. You're like, oh, this is why you don't do these things.
Certain base I'd probably do, but there's some of them that you watch, you're like, yeah, I'm good.
Dude, just like those guys that like climb up to the top of the skyscrapers and they're like finger climbing up there, and then they're just like, see ya.
Fuck those guys, dude.
They're crazy, bro.
Fuck those guys.
I watch those videos and my butthole is puckering. I'm like,
just talking about it, dude. But you watch those, like I watch this one guy, he does it free climbing. He uses
that Andy whatever.
Yeah, his old dude, his old head. He just free climbs all these big fucking buildings. No, nothing. He's just like, yeah, I'm thousands of feet in the air, no security, just climbing away. And he stops and he'll take a drink of his water, like vertical, like literally vertical. Like there's no.
I'm thirsty now.
You can't lean back like you have, like,
dude. Humans are capable of amazing feats of strength and weird shit, man.
See, I'm not talking like shit like that, but like I would love to go to like a big open valley or like over the ocean where I'm just, cruising through the air, 100 miles an hour, nothing. Nothing around me, and I'm just flying through the air. I'm a seagull flying.
I'm a seagull, he says.
Flying through the air, dude. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's cool. You know what it is too with me? Like, I hate heights, but like it's one of those things. Like, I've cliff jumped in over the years and jumped off bridges and shit like that, right? But it's one of those things. Like, I really do not like heights, but once I do it, I'm like one of those people that are like, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. Like, it takes me a little bit. And then once I do it, I'm like all in. I'm like,
I'm the type of person that like,
I get too close to the edge. I'm like,
I can't do it. I'm
a sissy.
If I have like some sort of safety, like a parachute, or like I'm clipped in, I'm hanging over the edge. I'm like the craziest fucking motherfucker in the world. I'm all over the place. But
clipped in, I'd be like, like that guy. What does that mean? Where he's like, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. And they're like hanging him off for the bungee jumping. And he's in the chair. He's like, no, wait. Let me tell you something.
Pick you off. I know. I want to go to that swing chair spot where you're like in a chair and they swing you off the mountain. That looks so much fun.
Yeah, that looks great.
No, but I hate heights, dude. I'm terrified of heights. I'm with you. I am fucking with you.
Like it. You jump out of a plane?
Yes, I have. I took my mother for her 60th birthday.
Oh, nice. How many times you jump out of a plane so far?
Just once. I want to do it again.
So like my buddy that's like crazy, like on bikes, wheelies, dirt bikes, everything. He's jumped out and now he has this thing where he jumps solo and shit.
That's what I'm trying to do. You can do that with your first jump. You can jump solo. You take a 2-hour course and you jump solo.
With not somebody on your back?
Yep. I asked the guy.
Well, he has like a certain amount of jumps where like he can just go up on a plane and like fucking hang off and go by himself now.
So you have to have 5 jumps with no one hanging on your back, but with an instructor. So like you're holding the instructor's hand as you jump.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he just goes by himself.
Yeah. So when we
no instructor.
When we went with my mother, we took my mother for her 60th birthday. And you go up in the plane, and it's funny because like I was attached to the guy, and I literally said to the guy, I'm like, yo, dude, I'm like, you're
gonna have to kick me out of this plane.
I'm like, so when we jump, like, I don't want to just jump, like, let's do some fucking barrel rolls and flips, like, let's have some fun. Like, I'm not here for some soft ass, like, just flying in the sky. I want to do some shit while we're up there. And we're on the plane, and he goes, we're halfway up. You sure you want to do some flips and shit? And I look out the window. I'm like, holy fuck, we're halfway. What?
Yeah, I know. This is halfway.
We are high. So we get up to the top, and they open the door. And if you've never been in a plane,
who the fuck's been on a plane where they just open the door, they seal that, they lock that thing down, they drop a hammer, they put a padlock on it, and they're like, hey, fuck it, open it up.
It was April. I'm wearing sweatpants and a long sleeve shirt, and I'm
freezing your dick off.
I'm so cold, and it is so loud. It's gusts of wind so strong. And we're sitting there, and we're attached to our guys, and the guys that can jump solo, that don't have tandem jumps with them, they jump first.
Yeah.
Like your buddy. And they go up to the edge and they jump, and you hear a loud gust, like they're gone.
Suck them out of the plane.
And my sister, I'll never forget it. It's the first guy that jumped. She literally screams, "Oh my god!" Like, and I'm just looking at her because she's terrified. She's fucking shitting her pants, terrified. And
I would have quit myself to that fucking seat. I ain't going nowhere. I will fight you in the back of that fucking plane, bro.
I'm John Wick over here.
Yep, not doing it.
Boo, boo. Punching the guy behind you.
Yeah.
Dude,
I would. You ain't even get me in that plane, man.
So you get to the edge. You get to the edge, and you like waddle up. You waddle up to the edge where the guy's attached to a bar. You're holding on the bar, and you look down. And the guy's all right. We're jumping on the count of 3. And like, as much as I wanted to jump, as much as like I mentally prepared and dreamed about
your body's like, don't jump out of a fucking plane.
You look down on the ground and everything, like you can't see cars, like houses are little specks. You're like, what the fuck? And you're looking down, you're like, yeah, this is not a good idea. I shouldn't be doing this.
Dude, everything in your body's like, do not jump out of this plane.
Yeah, do not do this. This is not,
not a good idea.
Not a good idea. Like, I'm trying to save your life here. Don't do this. And you jump and you're like, oh my God. Like, it is fun. It is a blast.
It's like halfway down, you like start enjoying it a little bit.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it right away. Like
right off the jump.
Right. I enjoyed the fuck out of it. Like it literally felt like you were floating right away.
Were you like yelling and shit like, woo!
Going nuts. I was having a blast. So much fun. The minute-long free fall felt like forever.
Is that how long it is? It's like a minute?
A minute long.
That's pretty cool, though.
It was a minute-long free fall.
Because I always like thought about it, like when you watch other people do it and whatnot, it's like, how long are they really falling for? Because sometimes you see them like cruise in and like if you watch like Point Break, they're like hanging out for a while, they're talking to each other, and I'm like, what is this, like 4-minute free fall? Like, what the fuck is going on here?
How you are, and also it depends on how low you want to get to the ground. They pull the chutes very early with the tandems.
I heard it's like so loud and then it's just like silent.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Which is pretty cool.
It's really cool. It's like all this wind just rushing in your face. You can't really hear anything. And then all of a sudden you pull the chute and it's just absolute silence. So the guy I did a tandem with, cocksucker. He was actually the fucking man. Really cool dude. Yeah. We're going down. We pull the chute and we're cruising down. He's like, all right, cool. We're going to do some stunts. You down? I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do it. So we start like twirling down with the thing and then pulling up and going up into the sky. And he goes, yo, you want to learn how to control the parachute? I said, fuck yeah, let's do it. He goes, all right, take this hand. He gives me the handle. And he goes, all right, take the second hand. Oh shit. And he lets go of it. And I'm like, oh,
he's fucking with you.
He's like, nah, I got you, dude. Here you go.
What a dick. That's fantastic, though. That would be my guy. I'd be like, dude, really? We'd get on the ground and be fist fighting.
Dickhead. You fucking dickhead.
That's funny, though.
Yeah. Oh, he still got me scared a little bit. Still fucked me because he knew.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to be floating through the air and hear your guy that's your instructor go, oh, shit. It's like a tattoo artist. You want somebody tattooing you, go, uh-oh.
He literally goes to hand it to me. He's like, oh, shit. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like reaching for the stuff.
If he's freaking out, I'm freaking out, man. Right?
And then once he taught it to me, like, I'm like, all right. He's like, pull down one side. We start spinning violently through the air. It was fucking fun. It was so much fun. And we get to the bottom. My mom's like, yeah, let's go again.
For another cool nominal fee of $500, you know.
$200 for the first jump. I think it's second. $300 with the video. And I think
how long is it?
With the jump?
Like you go in and like, what is it? Like an hour safety briefing, like an hour of like you rolling around on the ground and then they bring you up.
And we signed up and we were on the plane definitely within an hour. I think within 45 minutes we were on.
Man, fuck that noise.
Because what safety things do you really have to do? You're attached.
I don't know, like extra parachutes. Where's the other handle? How do I cut away? Like
you're not controlling any of that, dude. You're with an
even more scary. I need to be in control of my destiny, bro.
Then you got to go solo, dude. You got to take the class.
Man, I ain't jumping on no fucking plane, James. I ain't doing it. And there's so many places up by me, like where you could go skydiving.
Oh, I know. You're a bitch.
Dude, but it's funny. So when I did my concealed carry course, right, and I'm shooting, and one of the paramedics that was doing his concealed carry with me, he works up like where they jump all the time, and actually where we were doing our concealed carry was like in God's country up by us, and we were watching the guys jump out of the planes like during our class, like they were like dropping them, and he's like, oh yeah, he's like, we're up there once a week. Somebody's parachute doesn't open.
Oh, I believe it.
I'm like, fuck, man. There's another reason why I don't do it.
Yeah, but a lot of these guys, they pull a chute super fucking late. They have smaller chutes. Like there's so many things.
James, I don't give a shit what the reason is. Don't care.
You, sir, are a bitch.
I am. When it comes to jumping out of a plane, super bitch. I am self-aware that I am a bitch. I will raise my hand and swear that I'm a bitch. I ain't jumping out of no fucking plane.
So cool to see a giant teddy bear just flying out of the sky.
Cool. I'll fucking buy a giant teddy bear. We'll strap a thing to it. We'll send them up and have the guy throw it out.
I was talking about you, Mr. Teddy Bear.
So
Mr. Teddy Bear.
it's all good.
But again, the point of that is like your adrenaline is going to be through the fucking roof when you're doing something like that. If you've never had a super high adrenaline feeling, like you don't know, like a lot of people don't even know what like a huge adrenaline dump is.
Yeah,
like,
nobody. There's people who have never had it before, and like you try to explain it to them, and it's like you want to throw up, poop your pants, crack your teeth in half, shake, you fall asleep. Like it's like you can't even describe it.
It's the most intense feeling in the world. In the world, no, like it's better than sex. I don't care what anybody says. It's a better feeling than sex.
I'm sure if in the right situation and like good adrenaline, but bad adrenaline dumps, man, like you feel like you're gonna die.
I've never really had a bad. I just love them. I like
Everybody's different. I've had good ones, and I've had ones where like I was like, "Fuck, bro, I might die." Like I'm like that jazzed, like that amped from like a crazy situation that I'm like, I gotta sit, and it takes me like 20 minutes to like stop shaking, and then after that, it's like I gotta sleep. It takes all my energy in one shot.
Well, I've been there 100%. I never really consider them a bad adrenaline dump because I just
like a bad trip and a good trip, man.
That feeling like while my adrenaline's dumping, even though like I know I gotta calm down, like I'm just sitting there in pure bliss, like enjoyment, and then afterwards I'm drained. I'm fucking dead.
So drained.
I'm shot. I'm like my mental capacity is fried.
Well, and that's why like you see like women do those crazy feats of strength, like their kid gets crushed by a car, they're like, they pick the cars up. Like, dude, that shit happens, and that's what your brain does and releases that ability for you to do like superhuman shit.
That's why
it's fucking wild, man. That's why the police are drinking that baby blood, bro.
That's why they are. But natural occurring adrenaline in our human body is something that happens, and if you've never
there for a reason,
if you've never felt that feeling, I feel bad.
Go jump out of a plane.
I think that's a good idea. Go jump out of a fucking plane. Go do it.
Go whiskey throttle the shit out of something.
Go do it. Go do something that's out of your comfort zone. Go put yourself in a situation where your adrenaline is firing. Like make yourself feel that feeling, whether it's a good feel, whether you like the feeling or not. Like you need to know what that feeling is like. So if a situation arises where you're not ready for that feeling to show up, your adrenaline dumps, and you're not going to be able to react. You're not going to be able to handle the situation if you've never felt that before. I've seen it happen so many times.
Be ready, stay ready, kids. On that note, I want to leave the show on a good note today. Okay, Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot blames election loss on racism and gender.
Didn't even take second. She came in third. Nobody likes you, Beetlejuice. Nobody.
She literally blamed it on racism and her gender.
I gotta say, not
the highest murder rate in the country. No, not the highest murder rate in the country. People get fucking murked every day.
Not the cringe press conferences. None of that. Not the fact that she looks like Beetlejuice or looks like an alien. Not the fact that her eyes are like a fish on the sides of her head. None of that.
Reptilian.
I know, fucking wacko. Liberal cities in the world too, and they probably rigged the fuck out of it. She still took third.
It's wild.
Which is amazing to see.
To a white straight male.
It's amazing.
That's why she's creating racism and gender as the reason she lost. Not all fuck ups.
Of course she is. Obviously,
They're
it's
so detached and so unaware of themselves. It's crazy.
It's amazing, and then I love it. I'm here for all of it. I'm so excited for all of it. So that's actually a very good way to end the show. Fuck that bitch.
Yep.
Lori Lightfoot. She is no longer the mayor of Chicago, of Chi-Town. Can start to turn around and get out of that.
Party buttons on that thing, like
Yeah.
Look it up. I like that move. That's a good way to end it, guys. Also, make sure you go check out me and Cap have been doing an episode on Thursday, so go check out Sergeant and Samurai. I know me and James were on We the People last night, so go check out that episode and go check out Freedom Fridays. You got anybody coming on with you this week?
Not this week. We have March is going to be a big guest month. We're going to have lots of guests this month, but Friday it's going to be me and Alan Gangbang. Actually, we might even be doing Two Doomed Men repeat because we had such a great response from the audience. Everybody loved the show so much that
they're great.
We might do a repeat with those guys because everybody was asking for it. So that might be the case. If not, it's just me and Alan gangbanging on the government as always. Tune in awesome. 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. We are live, and check out Garrett's show. Follow us, subscribe, share. It really helps speed the algorithm. We really appreciate Jeff said she looks like a cracked out bluegill.
Yeah, she does.
Lori Lightfoot. But we appreciate everybody that tuned in. Tune in on Friday. We'll be back next week. Until next time, guys. Appreciate all the love. Deuces.
Keep it gangster.
Sometimes bad things, horrible things happen to good people. I don't know why, but life isn't fair. That's the reality. A good person in the wrong place, in the wrong time, can end up just a victim of fate and of reality. And it can be horrible and heart-wrenching. But when those bad things happen to people around you, what are you going to do? How are you going to lead? Are you going to get angry? Are you going to get frustrated? Are you going to lash out at people? Are you going to start going down the spiral of negativity? Are you going to let this horrible situation dictate the way you feel and the way you handle it? Are you going to fall over and fall down and fall apart? Or are you going to lead? Are you going to face this issue with courage and with resolution? I say lead. Lead. Step up to the challenge. Be the one that other people look to. Absorb that impact. Absorb that negativity. Draw fire. Draw fire. That's when a member of a platoon, for tactical reasons, steps into the open to draw enemy fire. Maybe to give another part of his team the chance to move or distract the enemy. But that's what I say. Draw fire. Bring that pain to me. I can handle it when maybe others cannot. When bad things are happening, I am going to try and be the one good thing. The thing standing tall that can be relied upon. Because I know that attitude will spread. It will bolster those around me. And we will fight. And in fighting, we will win. And if not the battle, and if not the war, we will win because our spirit spirit. It will never surrender. And that is the ultimate victory. To hold your head high, and even in the face of inescapable defeat, to stand and to fight. That is to win.